NASA just announced the crew for what may be the most complex spaceflight ever attempted. Artemis III is not the lunar landing we expected, but it's going to be something extremely important for the Artemis program. It's a never-before-done test that will determine whether humanity can actually get to the moon in this decade. There will be 3 rocket launches, 2 rendezvous and docking activities, 2 private companies working alongside NASA, so many moving pieces that will need to perfectly be executed, and the crew selected for this challenge could not be better. We have Randy Bresnik, a Marine Corps test pilot with 2 previous space flights and someone who has been inside of the Artemis program for many years already. He already knows the mission inside and out. Andre Douglas, he trained as a backup for Artemis II, which means he's already flight ready and fully trained for the SLS and the Orion spacecraft. And it's genuinely wonderful to see him get the opportunity to fly to space for the first time. Frank Rubio holds the American record for the longest single space flight. 371 consecutive days aboard the ISS, after his Soyuz spacecraft developed a leak and he couldn't come home right away. That's not just a record, that's a man who knows how to keep it together when things don't go according to plan. And Luca Parmitano, ESA astronaut, former ISS commander. Many of you might know him because of that incident that happened early in his career. He had a situation in which his helmet started being filled with water and he could barely see, and he calmly made his way back into the International Space Station, basically saving his own life. So what will this mission actually look like? The crew is going to launch aboard the Space Launch System, and they'll be staying in low Earth orbit in a slightly higher altitude than the International Space Station is right now. They're going to be waiting for a Blue Origin Blue Moon test lander to take off aboard the New Glenn rocket. Once in orbit, the Blue Moon will rendezvous and dock with the Orion spacecraft. The crew will board it, run system tests, and perhaps evaluate life support and hardware, things that are going to be critical for the actual landing that will follow this mission. Then, after undocking with the Blue Moon, they're going to be waiting again for a SpaceX Starship V3 that will be equipped with docking capability. It will also launch and rendezvous with the Orion spacecraft. And that's the whole point of the mission. These tests buy down the risk for the Artemis IV landing. By doing these rendezvous and docking tests in low Earth orbit, we're only leaving the lunar landing part of the Artemis IV mission as the unknown. Buying down risk is essential for the Artemis program to keep the crew safe. So the crew seems to be ready, the mission is set, and Artemis III is going to be the bridge to the moon for NASA, for the United States, and for all humanity.